Hi guys, Elaine here, back again. Today I want to talk to you guys about multi-level marketing. Now, this is actually a video that I have wanted to create, or a blog I've wanted to write for a really long time already. And just full disclosure, I am a part of Rodan & Fields, which is a multi-level marketing company. However, it did not start that way. It started as a skincare company that was founded by two dermatologists. So it actually was a product that existed and was sold in high-end stores like Barney's, Bloomingdale's, and all of that before they took it off the shelves and turned it into a direct sales company. But anyways, even prior to me joining Rodan & Fields, just literally 2 months ago, I've been an actually loyal 3-year customer prior to joining as a consultant. However, I wanted to talk about multi-level marketing because there's always been this super negative, like, energy, vibe, reputation around it, which I have always disagreed with. And here's a few reasons why. I support all businesses and I support great products and services regardless of what type of business you are, whether you are a brick and mortar with a storefront, right, somewhere here off the corner of this street, you are an online business, you are a multi-level marketing company, or whatever else. And the reason is because good products and businesses speak for themselves. It doesn't matter if a huge ass corporation owns it, if it's privately owned by whoever, or it's a mom and pop shop, or if it's a multi-level marketing company. And I've always defended it, even though this is pre-Rodan & Fields, and I've always supported my friends who have done it for the most part. Of course, there's negative downsides, which I will share as well, but I've always supported it because I don't believe in having a one-track mind, right? Or being so one-sided, saying, oh my God, it's a pyramid scheme. That's the worst, most common phrase we hear, right? Which is, by the way, illegal. Pyramid scheme is when you make someone buy a bunch of shit, and where the product or service does not speak for themselves and people make money off of recruiting people that buys packages. This is not what Rodan & Fields or a lot of other multi-level marketing companies are. However, I know that it gets a bad reputation because, that's a weird sound. I know it has a bad reputation because of a few different things. One, people that have had negative experiences as a consultant / person that participated in this company. And it could be so many different reasons why that they've had this negative experience. It could be they wanted to get rich, right? You don't just effing get rich. Let's be real. You don't. So whether it's they believe this was a get rich type of situation, or the person who sold them the opportunity or told them about the opportunity did it the wrong way, stop effing it up for the rest of us. Say, you can get rich, blah, blah, blah. That is the wrong way to bring someone into the business. And that is also a wrong mindset to go into a business. Dude, there are no shortcuts in life. Whether you are working in a multi-level marketing company or you're climbing the corporate ladder. People, there is no, you don't just start at the bottom. Okay, maybe songs tell you can start at the bottom and whatever. But anyways, you don't just start at the bottom and expect to shoot up to the top immediately with little to no work within a short time frame. That's usually not how things work. The same applies for your job with your boss at your corporation. Doesn't matter if it's freaking Google, whatever store or department store you're at, or if you are a part of a small to mid-sized company or a multi-level marketing company. So I would say one reason is there ends up being unhappy people because they had a certain expectation, an unrealistic expectation that they put in their heads or someone else put in their heads. So that's one. Second is, I will say, people who decided to join a multi-level marketing company did not want to put in the work. That is the key thing. There is no magic to success. There's no like someone handing you success, money, and all of that on a silver platter. You have to work for it. Once again, doesn't matter if it's a multi-level marketing company or your current job. And I have known this for a really long time because I've always believed in work ethic. I've always been taught work ethic. I have never been a big school person. So FYI, I got into UC Davis. I also dropped out of UC Davis. I also did not want to tell my parents that I got into UC Davis or all the other UCs really, because I knew they were gonna make me go. Very traditional Asian parents. I'm first generation Chinese American. I always knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I always knew I wanted to work for myself. I always knew that I wasn't gonna follow the traditional path that my parents wanted me to, which was go to school, get a good job, climb up some whatever ladder thing, dress nice. Definitely not tattoos and whatever, blue hair. Whatever I have, this is not what they wanted for me. For me, however, I always knew that I wanted freedom. I wanted freedom, like location independence. I wanted to make money so that I can support other people. I wanted to work in charity. I wanted to travel the world. I did not want to be limited to whatever, 4 to 6 weeks vacation, if that's what people got. And even when I did work for the man, I chose, when I got recruited out of UC Davis and I dropped out, I still chose the job that paid the least base salary, but had the highest potential to earn commissions. Now, this was a legit company, solar construction and painting company, that was expanding from a residential type service company to commercial, to a lot bigger projects. So HOAs, high rises, commercial properties. So I chose a job that paid me the smallest base salary because I saw that I was going to have the most amount of say and influence in the company because I knew of my own capabilities. And there's hair in my mouth. I got a haircut just yesterday, but I feel like hair is still hidden. And anyways, so I chose that company and my mom thought I was crazy. But I knew that if I chose some of these other companies that would pay me more upfront, there were going to be more rules, more regulations, more, I don't know, what is it? Politics, structure, and I am not a structures type of girl. So I chose that job. I ended up doing really, really well with it because I've always loved performance-based type incentives. I didn't want to be a part of the rat race. In college, instead of choosing a paper pushing type of internship that would be prestigious of some sort because I worked at X office or X government or X whatever, business internship, I chose the hands-on experience type of business internship where I literally, at that time, I was going to UC Davis. I was working 3 jobs. My parents don't come from money. I don't come from money. I took out a loan to go to UC Davis. Totally sucked in school, and I lied to my parents telling them that I still got financial aid even though my grades were whack because I never really went to school, womp womp, and so I lost my financial aid. I lied to my parents and said everything's gravy, I got my financial aid, my housing is paid for, my school is paid for. No, it was not. So I had to pull my grades back up. But in the meantime, I also had to work 3 jobs to pay for my rent that was supposed to be covered. I needed to pay for my tuition that was supposed to be covered because I didn't want to worry my parents. So I worked at 3 different restaurants, a Chinese restaurant, Italian restaurant, and a Mexican restaurant. Anyways, and I took on an internship that wasn't the most traditional internship ever. I literally, it's called College Works Painting, indebted to this internship and company for forever because it taught me so many different things. I knew that I was gonna have to start up and run my own house painting business. And I was like, okay, not the most glamorous. However, it's practical life skills, business skills. It's actual skills closest to me becoming an entrepreneur, running my own business, right? I had to knock on doors, market, get leads, sell the job, hire employees. I was like 21. Hire employees, manage customer satisfaction, and manage budget and profits. So I was in control of my own success, business, growth, profits, all of that. Obviously, there's a lot of variables, but I'm forever grateful for this incentive-based, performance-based, real life, real world business experience. Anyways, that was a kind of long tangent, but this just goes to show that there's two types of people. There's people that want to, maybe there's more than two types, but I'll just share two types. There's people that choose to follow a specific path that is laid out for them. Do this. And over time, whatever, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years of climbing the corporate ladder or whatever, going to school, getting a good job, which by the way, even when we go to college now, we are not guaranteed a good job. I know of people that have graduated from great schools and are struggling to find a job, or they're still like figuring it out, right? Like working at Starbucks. Nothing wrong with Starbucks, by the way, but it's not the same type of guarantee as we had before, just by going to college. Same as nowadays. Even if you break your back working for the man, all your shit, all your plans for retirement, or all the previous generations that got stability, right? Achieved stability by putting in their years. We no longer get that. Like, let's get real honest with ourselves, right? So there's this type of person, and then there's the other type. I would consider myself the other type, which is really paving your own path, diversifying in your streams of income, even as an entrepreneur, like someone that left the cushy six-figure job. I started my own business, and then another, because guess what? You never know when shit might hit the fan. I have my coaching business where I work with people on building brands, building their online presence, their communities. I have my music media platform where I also work on artist development. I have my greeting cards company, and very recently, now I have my Roden and Fields business as a consultant, because you can never have too many streams of income. Anyways, that is that. Back to the negative, reputation that people tend to have that just really bothers me is you hear of so many people getting turned off immediately when they find out a company is MLM, right? Multi-level marketing. Because they have either experienced it and was sold something different, that's the issue of whoever brought you into the business. They have done it themselves and had unrealistic expectations, but also maybe because they didn't try, maybe because they didn't give it their all, right? Like when we have our own businesses, which technically an MLM is, right? Or you have your own store or whatever, you have to work hard. You have to bend over backwards, right? To make something happen. You have to put in the work. You show up on time. You put in your 8 hours a day, right? Or your 10 hours a day at your job, right? Your 9 to 5. So what makes you think that you can start your own business or join an MLM and not put in the hours and become successful and get rich? So those are just examples of two types of people that shit on MLMs. Another one is someone that's heard from someone, from a second aunt to a great auntie, great grandmother, said something bad, trashed on MLMs. But if you haven't experienced it firsthand, then how can you say such negative things about something you have not even experienced? Like, did you actually know that person's third cousin's fourth auntie's experience? Or do you just hear an exaggerated story? Now, FYI, I'm not saying there has not been any bad practice for specific MLMs and specific people who do it the wrong way. Promise the world, right? I'm not saying that. Do not do that. Stop effing it up for the rest of us. So I have always supported my friends and their journey, right? Like in their MLM journeys, for as long as they have a good product or service to offer. I literally, even not my friends, like I've gone to farmers markets or like those weekend markets where people sell health nutrition products like Arbonne. I met this girl, Tori, she had a blue streak of hair. And I was like, hey, or pink, was that pink? Anyway, so we connected and she was telling me how amazing these products are from Arbonne. They're like protein powders and supplements and whatnot. So I bought some from her. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna buy your protein powders just because you're a part of an MLM. So I bought them. They tasted delicious. They tasted great. So I bought more from her. And that's it. Like, why do you care what structure the business is? If you think about your own company, who you work for, guess how it's structured? There's someone that owns the company. There's the VPs, the CEO, CFOs, blah, blah, blah. There's upper management, there's middle management, there's lower management. Then there's the people at the bottom. So what makes that okay? And then an MLM not, when you're in control of making your own money, how you want to, at the pace you want to. Anyways, and there's so many other MLMs I have supported, whether that's through financial services, right? People that educate you on finances, which I was never taught in school. Like, I was never taught. My parents didn't teach me that. My teachers never taught me that. And like business/economic classes, they don't teach you how to manage, even finance classes. They don't teach you how to manage your own finances. I mean, look at us. Look at our student debt. Look at all of our loans. Like, holy shit, it's crazy. What else? I obviously, you guys can tell I don't map out the points that I'm going to talk about, but so far I've covered people that are angry because they were either sold an unrealistic expectation or they put an unrealistic expectation in their brains. They never have even experienced it, but know someone that have experienced it and had a negative experience, but that's not close enough. It's like saying, I read a bad review online, and I'm not going to trust this person I actually know. So therefore, I'm going to believe this is a scam, right? You don't even know this person. How do you even know this is a real person or what that person's experience was? And on the other hand, like, maybe you should try reading positive experiences as well, just to look at both in life, in business, whether that's MLM or not. There's people that make it to the top and there's people that don't. This is life. This is our society. So people should just really be a little more open-minded, because now more than ever, we should consider diversifying our streams of income instead of just working for the man. Like, yes, I've been working for myself for 5 years now, but even then as an entrepreneur, I'm like, shit, one business is likely not enough. And plus I have multiple interests, from branding, like making a difference, charity, music, greeting cards, arts, creatives, to skincare. There's nothing wrong with that. And especially with what we have experienced recently, COVID. The majority of us have been out of work, right? If you work for the man, you likely have been furloughed, let go, temporarily have no work, fired, whatever. If you run a business, especially if you have a actual physical location, I am sorry. I hope you got assistance from the government, right? I run a digital business, so thank goodness, knock on wood, like I didn't have to like lose rent and shit like that. If anything, my branding and coaching business took a hit because my customers who run businesses had to put a pause, right? Some of my customers have actual businesses, storefronts. They had to take a pause and cut budgets everywhere, especially like things that they don't find essential in this very moment when they're trying to figure out how to pay their rent and their employees, right? So my business did take a hit. So I'm glad that I have multiple projects going on. Anyways, I think that kind of sort of sums up. I'm sure there's more I want to say, but the invitation is, before you shit on an MLM the next time, and it's not just because I am recently a part of an MLM, it's because take a step back at how businesses are run. Take a step back and actually assess the product or the service. And before you judge and say, it's a pyramid scheme, it's like society and how our country and the majority, some of the world is run is that way. You have to work for, if anything, it's, multi-level marketing it's performance-based. So it's an actual more accurate measure of your success and a more accurate way of getting paid based off of the work that you do. With that said, I am I am not for joining an MLM where you think there's shitty ass practices, such as, like, I've heard crazy stories. This is my time to say the negative thoughts I have, which is I have heard crazy stories of people trying to get their friends and family to join just so they can like hit X amount of numbers and like win a whatever purse. But it's not even asking them to join or buy, but it's like, please, like, I need to do this. Certain type of desperation, which I'm not for that. I've also firsthand experienced a friend of mine. This is like when we were young, like high school / early college, literally beg for us to buy like vitamins from her, because she was running for something and she was desperate. She was going to sell her clothes. She was going to sell her clothes to hit this whatever like tier. I'm not for that. I am not about that life. We have life-changing skincare, right? At Roden & Fields, 4 years rated #1 skincare company in all of North America, probably soon to follow in Australia and Japan, since we just launched there. It's a legit product. It's not something that you have to like push like at all costs and sell your house to do it. It's like, I am anti that. Do not do that if you believe there's shady practices. It's a shitty product. The only way you can stick around or like make it is if you have to sell this. At Roden & Fields, you don't have to sell anything if you don't want to. I do not believe in companies that you have to buy bulk products from. Like, you have to buy $10,000 worth of products and then slang it, right? And then sell it yourself. I don't want to name names, but I know there's a lot of companies out there that does that. I am very familiar with vitamin / skincare / makeup companies where you have to buy the products to sell. That's kind of effed up. Sure, it's a cost of it's an investment, but I don't prefer. That's a little less legit, because then you are forced to sell / recruit people that have to put in a huge upfront cost. And if it's for a kind of whack / a shoddy product, then maybe they won't be able to push these products right out. So I am like anti certain things. needing to sell at all costs, needing to sell shitty products that don't speak for themselves, products that don't have reviews, it's just like kind of elusive, and you're just selling someone on the dream of getting rich. Anti all of that. So, if you followed me this far, I hope you will reconsider. This has nothing to do with like rodent and fields, but if you or someone you know have been like anti-MLM, maybe reconsider and actually think about the business model compared to the rest of the businesses out there. Actually take time to consider the product and the service and how good or shitty it is. Think about it. I've literally had people tell me before, oh no, I'm not going to support your friend because that's an MLM. I don't support that stuff. Why? I've literally had someone tell me, oh yeah, I'm sure the products are great, but I don't support MLMs. It's like, so you won't support great skincare, like some of the best skincare I've used and a lot of people I know have used. Clearly, I've been using it for 3 years. So you won't support the best skincare product on your face for anti-aging or blemishes or sensitivity and acne and wrinkles and all of that. And look at my glow. You will not support that simply because it's an MLM. Like, well, that's a super one way, like, to look at things, like super stiff way to look at something or to make a decision. That is it. That is what I want to share with you. I support MLMs. I support all MLMs for as long as they have a great product or service. In this moment, the latest MLM I'm supporting is Thrive. So I think it's level. A couple of my girlfriends reached out to me and I asked around too about the products to non-affiliated people. They're not reps. They're just customers. And they tell me these products are amazing for energy, like mood booster and weight loss. I'm not really trying to lose weight, but I am looking to like cleanse, get healthier. So aside from Arbonne, which yes, I do support, I am starting to get into Thrive, aka level vitamins and stuff. They have this patch thing. There's this bomb ass vanilla shake that tastes really good, and these pills, these like vitamin pills. Anyway, that's the latest. And if y'all see my lashes, these are from using Rodan and Fields, which is the MLM I'm a part of, which did not begin as an MLM. So the lash serum has made my originally super short Asian lashes and straight. I have really straight hair too, by the way. My super short, unnoticeable lashes look like this in just 3 months. And yes, I have some mascara on, but I did not even curl my lashes. So, one of the many awesome things about Rodan and Fields. Anyways, this video was about MLMs in general and my take on the MLM haters. Please reconsider. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and if you have been struggling during this pandemic, I invite you to take a look at other opportunities. Does not have to be MLM. But if you have been thinking about starting your side project, your little side hustle, your side business, think about it. Because a lot of us have had a scare, right? Not just health, worldwide pandemic, but financial scare. Think about diversifying your streams of income, whatever that may be. Be starting your little side catering business, your blog, starting your YouTube channel, whatever it is, I invite you to take a look at that. Thank you for watching.